喵！各位来现场的朋友，大家好，欢迎呢来到呢新竹街口工程师的主场，在我们今明2天是我们喵喵主题日的活动。我们特别呢，在我们这个礼拜呢要沟通的是，我们希望呢，现在有很多人把宠物，包括呢这个喵喵，还有呢毛小孩，就如同呢自己的家人一般的一个照顾。所以我们希望呢，透过呢这1-2天的活动，我们可以也跟呢宠物呢做更棒的沟通，也让大家可以知道新竹街口工程师真的是一个相当棒的一个主场。再一次感谢呢所有的球迷朋友，尤其今天呢有很多球迷朋友呢。为了这一次喵喵主题日，带上了一个猫耳朵，谢谢你们，谢谢，欢迎欢迎。好，那所以呢，在今天活动开始之前，那我们有一个相当重要的一个仪式，要跟大家分享一下。由于呢，在过去这几年当中，因为疫情的影响，有很多人都没有办法出国了。我想问一下现场的朋友，现在的疫情呢已经稍作趋缓了，想出国的朋友举个小手，我看一下，有没有很想出国的朋友？有没有很想出国的朋友？好，手放下。我们等一下呢，就会跟大家分享一个很棒的一个消息。今天呢，在我们活动现场呢，有来的一位贵宾哦，他是呢新加坡国家队的一个领队，同时也是新加坡篮球总会的秘书长。我们用最热情的掌声欢迎许俊浩秘书长来到活动现场。那在这边呢，有一个消息要跟大家分享。在今年的新竹街口工程师，我们在球季结束之后，我们也透过呢我们新加坡的篮球总会，我们许秘书长特别的邀请，我们工程师要去新加坡参加比赛了。届时呢，我们呢会提早公布，然后呢也邀请大家呢一同呢来到新加坡做篮球的交流、文化、观光、美食，大家一同来交流。所以呢，在今天活动开始之前，我们要邀请了我们 Lisa 姐致赠了一份纪念品，给了我们新加坡篮球总会的秘书长许俊浩秘书长。报告秘书长，现在呢新竹人拍照呢是比狮吼，好不好？谢谢。好，那另外这边也有准备。那另外呢，我们秘书长这边也有准备一份呢小纪念品，也由呢我们 Lisa 姐来代表接受。代表呢这一次呢新竹街口工程师跟我们新加坡篮球总会的一个合作正式启动，谢谢。到时候呢我们确定好日期之后，我们会提早公布，我们所有的狮子精一起去新加坡。谢谢，谢谢秘书长，谢谢。那也谢谢 Lisa 姐。那今天的比赛呢，即将呢正式展开。首先呢，要为大家介绍呢，今天来访的客队新北国王队。首先登场呢是球衣背号1号的林书伟，球衣背号3号陈俊南，4号李威霆，球衣背号5号穆伦斯，6号杨庆敏。球衣背号9号李凯燕，10号简佑哲，球衣背号13号杨新子，17号苏世轩，24号洪志善，球衣背号25号聂欧玛。50号戴维斯，球衣背号55号曼尼高 新北国王篮球队总教练莱恩、球员发展顾问许浩成、助理教练马克、首席体能教练张崇熙、体能教练张振宇、防护员邱国凯、数据分析师林振宇、球队经理洪志虎、总经理毛嘉恩。OK。 接下来呢，现场的朋友，我们就用最热情的掌声，欢迎牧师女孩为大家带来最喵的舞蹈表演。
What it do, baby boy? Yeah, little mama, you looking good. I see you wanna play with a player from the hood. Come holler at me, you got it like that. Big Snoop Dogg with the lead pussycat. I show you how I go that. Yeah, I wanna throw that. Me and you one-on-one, treat it like a show that. You look at me and I look at you. I'm reaching for your shirt, what you want me to do?
I'm telling you to loosen up my buttons, baby. But you keep frontin', saying what you gon' do to me. But I ain't seen nothing. I'm telling you to loosen up my buttons, baby. But you keep frontin', saying what you gon' do to me. But I ain't seen nothing. I'm telling you to loosen up my buttons, baby. But you keep frontin', saying what you gon' do to me. But I ain't seen nothing. I'm telling you to loosen up my buttons, baby. But you keep frontin', saying what you gon' do to me. But I ain't seen nothing. Nina Psycho arigato, kawaii.
最热情的掌声，谢谢最喵的牧师女孩。谢谢大家对于牧师女孩呢大力的支持。接下来呢，也请现场的朋友将您的目光锁定大荧幕，请看影片。
岁。
We are Hsinchu. We are Lioneers. Are you ready?
Yeah! Been more than ready, prepping heavy for this day to come. Take it easy, nothing easy, so for giving up. Wake it up and listen up. Give it 100, never nothing less. We coming, you already know the rest. We never settle, 'cause we know it best. Who wanna take? Leave you at a
马上呢，为各位介绍呢，主场新竹街口工程师。首先登场呢是球衣编号2号，传球视野超广的阿广江广谦。球衣编号5号，工程师的快攻箭头宋宇轩。球衣编号7号 SPL 的年度新人王单枪投靠的小黑曾博宇。球衣编号8号新生代的高炮塔射手小烈朱云豪。编号12号没有极限的李佳瑞。接着登场呢是球衣编号21号，备战超过210公分的火锅制造机波卡与波卡。球衣编号23号，不知道放弃怎么写的不死鸟吕其米。球衣编号24号，冷箭射手陈霸郭少杰。借用各位的声音，马上呢为各位介绍新竹街口工程师先发舞的名单。首先登场的是球衣编号9号，洋将的好朋友，金营控卫小田浩。那么是球衣编号6号，拥有3枚冠军戒指的得分砍将特坏。那么是 T1 球衣编号31号，工程师的进击坦克，黄金左手 Will Artino。接着登场的是球衣编号11号，防守大锁的战神小顺肖顺义。最后 后为各位介绍车衣编号4号，公属2端没有天花板 ，OK 啦，队长高国豪。新竹街口工程师总教练林冠伦，助理教练沈星汉、陈泽宇，向训练员黄胜富、影片分析师于继伦、防护员黄建元、欧国宏、总经理胡荣志，领队欢迎的是我们 Lisa 姐。
这个版本写的都随时都在滚，拒绝他们嘛 ，ready for another round，可不够胆敢，再来得快，全都来得闪电好利慢，真的越来越快，越来越快 ，yeah， 往前进，别抢了路，能够前进还扛得住，全都在钢片上，连灵我都看了，一直装备上，把过去赢过的、输过的、路过的全部都往前上翻，我们sold out，不管差距有多少。So out， Scars 他们在说过迟早会摸到 fight boy， 走着瞧，跟我走着瞧 ，fight boy， 走着瞧，跟我走着瞧，没你汗水的磨练，没到达不可能松懈，一堆声音在叫骂，一堆人在看笑话。好起来吧，各位，青春自自信。我手 proud 的 city proud， 你的是 street。前进的来，接到梦境，不差低头看。而我应该留给英雄观。人都是把别看跟自己一样很重要。每个随时随地的天时地利，就什么都能做到。我们sold out， 不管差距有多少。我们sold out。Scars 他们在说过迟早会摸到 fight boy， 走着瞧，跟我走着瞧 ，fight boy， 走着瞧，跟我走着瞧。
好的，各位呢，现场呢，所有的球迷朋友，在我们今天的赛前呢，一样呢有一个简单的仪式。那大家都知道呢，以波卡呢是毕业于呢世新大学，那他非常的感谢呢学校的一个大力的支持跟提携，所以呢，今天呢我们来到了活动现场，包括我们副校长、教练还有领队都来到了我们活动现场。那我们现在呢，先欢迎了我们以波卡来到场中央，掌声欢迎我们以波卡。那我们还有准备呢3件球衣，要送给呢几位师长。那我们首先呢欢迎的是我们世新大学的副校长，欢迎杨正玉副校长。那以及呢我们总教练何正峰总教练，以及我们领队吕荣奇大 J 哥。看一下呢，中间的。
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, seniors and youth. Here's your reward for the end of a Saturday workday here in Taiwan. The Plus League presents the new Taipei Kings against the Hsinchu Lioneers. It's the second consecutive weekend homestand for the Lioneers, and the theme is Cute Power. For the feline companions out there, hello everyone, I'm Ryan Chen, joined by Kirk Long on an English broadcast here in the Plus League.
Yeah, great to be here, Ryan. In the Windy City, exciting matchup. Teams both still fighting for wins, still early enough in the season where they want to, you know, Lioneers want to stay close to these Kings who have been on a hot streak lately.
That's right. Last night, the Taoyuan Puyuan Pilots made Plus League history by notching their 9th consecutive victory against the Kaohsiung 17 Live Steelers. The Kings lead the table with their 11-3 record, while the Lioneers are in 3rd, a half a game behind the Braves. On screen now is the Mandarin broadcast duo. On the left, it's Aaron Yang Zhenlei, and on the right, it's Caibao Cai Jingjing. Might not recognize Aaron. He's wearing glasses for the first time on air. 球迷朋友们，杨振磊跟蔡包、蔡景景的转播，当然在官方的中文直播。那这边是英文直播，记得按赞，谢谢你的观看。So for this theme weekend, the Lioneers finally and proudly claiming to be the first team in Taiwan basketball to have pets in limited parts of the arena. And that begs the question, Kirk, do you guys have pets in your household?
We have a leopard gecko.
You have a leopard gecko? That's the first time I've heard that.
It's not as scary as it sounds.
So is it a leopard or is it a gecko?
It's more of a gecko.
I see. Okay, then. We have that cleared up. The Chen household does not have pets, though. We're admirers from
大家好，
afar.
我是佳怡。
佳怡
今天呢，
with
来到了
pre-game
工程师的主场，他们的主题日非常的特别哦，就是喵喵日。这可以说是国内直男第一次跟宠物友善做结合。所以呢，像佳怡现在在的这个包厢，这可是专属于毛小孩跟自己爸妈的专属空间哦。好，那今天呢，佳怡也为大家访问到了我们毛小孩的主人，那就是 Jessie。Jessie 呢，今天带着自己的毛小孩来到了现场，先来介绍一下他叫什么名字。
他叫 Hobo。
然后呢，在球团的部分哦，一开始直到这个喵喵日的时候，你有没有觉得很开心？
我觉得超兴奋的，因为我是在 Facebook 上看到他们有 po 文，然后我就想说，我一定要报名，就是很想说，我一定要抢到这个名额，对，所以就是很期待。
对，而且其实呢，球赛成为了大家生活的一部分，但是又可以结合宠物友善这件事情，Jessie 有没有什么样的看法？
我觉得很棒啊，因为平常我们来看球赛，狗都在家里，然后就要留2-3个小时，然后今天可以带它一起来，然后也参与我们很喜欢的球赛活动，就觉得很幸运。
对，也谢谢工程师的用心哦，让不只是球迷，甚至呢自己的毛小孩也可以一起参与球场的乐趣哦。那继续回到精彩比赛。
So the private box is upstairs for the pet owners. And if you are coming into the building, you also can collect they say a cat house cardboard version, kind of, which is a funny homage to Uncle Cardboard, the mascot. So those are some of the things that you can find with the Lioneers. Though I'm assuming putting paper paws on everybody's hands is not great for cheering and sound effects.
It adds to the theme, though. Always creative here in the P.LEAGUE. Variety of ways to create different fans from different places.
Well, the matchup on hand is the Kings against the Lioneers. As you might remember, the Kings were eliminated by the Lioneers last year in the first round of the playoffs in a tough 5-game series, which the home team won every single one of those games. But in the regular season last year, the road team won the last 5 games of the matchup. So these two teams developing a lot of history in a very short amount of time.
And that's one testimony to in the playoffs when the fans really come out with that, you know, they always have energy, especially here in Hsinchu. The home fans are great. But in the playoffs, when it gets extra filled and they make that extra noise, it can give them that burst. So we'll see what kind of aid these fans here in Hsinchu can offer tonight for their home team, the Lioneers.
都 OK 对啊，其实你不管在外面工作遇到所有的困难，然后压力，其实像以前有狗的时候，你只要一回到家门打开，然后它冲向你。然后在你身边绕啊，摸你的脚这些的时候，其实你就会觉得说，很像，因为那个时候还没有小孩子，所以就会很像你回到家，你的小孩回来迎接你这样，然后你的心情就会好很多。
Coach Greg, pre-game, facing the camera by our broadcast partners at Formosa Television, sharing that he has had both dogs and cats, and it's nice to go home and have your spirits lifted by your pet companions, which is really cute. Coach Greg also shared that currently in the household, only one cat in the extended cut of that interview. And on the other side, it was Yang Xingzi, of course, famously the yakitori business owner, but he also has pets at home, and if you look up his social media, stays very involved with his four-legged friends. And so for Yang Xingzi pregame, what do we have for the questionnaire? And actually, in fact, Yang Xingzi shared that being a Hsinchu native himself,
There you go, coming home.
well, Yang Xingzi has actually seen his role reduced a little bit. Last year in the rotation, he was the starting power forward, and this year, and especially later, we'll share, Su Sixuan is kind of taking his role in the starting
柴
lineup.
犬的话，它9岁了，那它叫做 Molly， 就是日文森林的意思。那狼犬它4岁了，那它叫 Yaki， 因为就是 Yakitori 就是烧鸟嘛的烧，因为自己也很喜欢吃居酒屋，所以就把它取成 Yaki 啊。对，一定会啊，因为像我其实我是狗狗在新竹嘛，那我现在住在新北，那可能有时候放假可能2-3个礼拜或1个月才回去，可能1-2次。那一回去的时候，他们就会那边跳啊，那边一直撞我啊，干嘛？你就会觉得很放松，然后就是真的很疗愈。那你也很爱他们这样子。
Yang Xingzi is sharing that both his dogs have Japanese-related names, as he is a yakitori business owner, but now that he works and lives in New Taipei, coming home is a big treat for his pets here in Hsinchu. So those are some great stories. I wonder what we'll bring out in tomorrow's pregame interviews. But we're just about 30 or 40 seconds away from the action taking place. Officiating tonight's basketball game in the middle, crew chief Xie Wenwei will be leading the crew here. And now for the starting lineups. Starting with the Kings from left to right, Joseph Lin, Kenny Manigault, Amigo Yang Qingming, Big Sushi, Su Sixuan, and continuing on with his full attendance, it's Byron Mullins who will be jumping center. On the other side, for the Hsinchu Jieko Lioneers, it's the classmates of Tian Hao and Oscar Gaoguohao, both third-year players, next to Tariko White, Xiao Sui, and William Artino. So as mentioned, Big Sushi, or James, Su Sixuan, getting his 4th start of the season. And last game, he played a season-high 18 minutes as Jieko's executive Yang Hua will be throwing up the ceremonial tip. But for James, he's actually not even hit a three-pointer yet. Meanwhile, Tariko White and William Artino, kind of interesting enough, started 4 out of 4 Saturday or first games of their homestands for the Lioneers before they've tried different pairings up for Sunday. So interesting how Coach Greg counts on those two guys to really set the tone for the Lioneers.
Yeah, getting that first win of the weekend has to be important just for the morale. It's harder to back bounce 24 hours later after a loss, and so definitely helps to try to build some chemistry on that first game of the weekend.
And the Kings will control first. They're in their yellow jersey set. Lioneers in the artistic purples. Joseph Lin in the mid-range. His shot is short, but bounced into the hands of Kenny Manigault.
That's one stat I had highlighted. The Kings are the leading rebounding team in the league, so you gotta try to corral those boards.
An early score for Kenny Manigault on a second offensive rebound.
Just devastating as the home team. You get a stop, you force 2 misses, and you play good defense, but that defense possession not over till you get that rebound. And just not a good job boxing out on the weak side for the Lioneers on that first possession.
On the other side, though, tied up on a handoff play. Kenny Manigault averages 8.8 boards a game. There you see, reaching for the basketball, so sure Manigault would argue for a jump ball, but seems fair to me. They'll come over all the way to the Kings bench to have a chat with Coach Marchand. As Oscar, the new captain of the Lioneers, that was announced while we were broadcasting elsewhere. So he's now taking the reins of the team. Only a 1-for-2 trip at the line.
Yeah, Oscar does a great job setting the tone just on both sides. His team needs him to be aggressive offensively, but even his defensive pressure leads that team and leads their energy in so many ways.
Joseph Lin takes the ball out of bounds. So after a long possession on one attack, the Kings have a quick possession. Their second try down the floor. This is Tian Hao. Back to Oscar. In the mid-range comes. And he'll go to the line again.
Yeah, just great body control by Oscar. You know he loves to drive left, being a lefty. And that time he's able to get in front of the defense and sort of, you know, get his body, get a good angle on that attack. And Joseph Lin didn't have much choice than to run into him as he was already sort of airborne and not going laterally anymore.
Oscar again hitting the first free throw, averaging 14 points per game on the season, though it's been climbing rapidly in recent weeks. This time hit 2 for 2.
Yeah, that's what the Lioneers will need also. Kings make a mistake on one end, but you got to counter that and make the most of each opportunity, especially here in the game, in the start of the game.
Deep shot, but bouncing out. And there's Byron Mullins who will collect the offensive rebound. Joseph Lin hits on the reload.
So you look at all 5 of the Kings' points so far coming after offensive rebounds, something the Lioneers are just going to have to get a little bit gritty and get your body. It's not the bonus or pretty points you like to see, but they got to get that done.
Artino bounces that shot out. He's been with the team since the very beginning of the season. To Amigo, who's got the mismatch on Tian Hao. Swiping away, and it's good enough defense for number 9.
Good job by Artino. Corrals that rebound in traffic.
Now White will pull up for a deep shot, and the count it's 3.
Great job, transition offense by the Lioneers. Quick early screen by Artino. You can see the chemistry that him and White have together, and White did not hesitate at all. Coming off the screen, seeing the basket clearly, knocking down the shot.
Joseph Lin picked up the dribble, so Byron Mullins trying to finish. He'll get to the line as well. Lioneers mostly good defense until the end. Xiao Sui, number 11, called with the push to the side.
Yeah, did a good job sliding his feet, just maybe a little bit too much of the arm bar down lower with the body contact.
Now the first free throw of the game for the Kings. Mullins hits the first. He's the leader in points, rebounds, and not that far behind Austin Day with 1.9 blocks per game. Sinks them both. Was the month MVP sponsored by Porsche for the month of November and has really made a great argument in December. We'll see who the media and the fans eventually voted for. Artino pumping and missing off iron there. Mullins, though, took a little bit of a hit. He's going to take a little inventory.
Artino definitely has the footwork to get those shots off, but Mullins' size just bothered him a little bit on that last possession.
Short with that deep three, and it's the Lioneers with a chance to take the lead. Martino pops, but it's no good. Quickly the other way with numbers. No call there as Byron Mullins will get to the cup. So presumably the referee might give a flopping warning for that collision.
Yeah, there was contact, but Byron Mullins wasn't out of control, so I like the no call. Even though Artino did a good job moving his feet to get in the right position, it wasn't like Artino was forced to fall over there. I think he could have stood his ground a little bit more.
And indeed, the flopping warning is issued. Well, presumably that kind of indicates to the players that the referees will probably let them play physical. Byron Mullins falling away and scooping it in. So he has an early 6 points on the game. Artino with space will get to the basket and blow the layup.
Yeah, you got to try to finish with your right hand on that time as a guy's little Euro step in the lane. Created the space, just everything there but the finish.
Amigo to Joe in the corner. Second attempt is in. A strong start for the Kings. 20 seconds from TV timeout territory. Coach Greg is going to call upon the boys first, though. The action has begun here in Hsinchu. We'll be back after this.
一起呢深呼吸。那被拍到的朋友有参与的话，那记得等一下呢可以到服务台领取纪念品。 好，跟着呢，伊舍空气清净机，跟我一起深呼吸。来，帅哥美女，深呼吸，很好。
Viewers, leave a like on our P.LEAGUE YouTube stream for Kirk Long joining our broadcast for the first time in 2023. So happy New Year, Kirk. My understanding is you spent a little bit of time away from Taiwan during the holidays.
Yeah, it's the first Christmas in a few years. We got to go spend time with family in the Philippines, so enjoyed seeing my in-laws and my sisters in Manila. But happy to be back in Taiwan, enjoying the cooler weather, and especially in Taichung, got the sun out, but the cool breeze, and great time of year.
Now, I'm sure what's on everybody's mind, especially at a Lioneers game, is how's Elliot and the family doing?
Yeah, they just drove from Colorado to Texas yesterday, and you know, my sister at least has been with my side of the family for a while, but now E's getting his business started in Texas, and their families, you know, enjoying that transition. Obviously, I know they're missing the Lioneers a lot, and this family here, and still supporting from abroad, but new transition, and it brings exciting times also.
Xiao Sui faked out the defense, missing at the hoop, and they're going to foul on the rebound.
That's big for Artino too. Artino's missed 2 outside shots. He's missed 2 sort of gimme shots that he would like to have near the lane. So for him to get to the free throw line, see the ball go through the hoop, will be good for his confidence.
Definitely a heap of a lot of bodies there.
That's where the Lioneers will have to focus on. You can't, against a good team, you can't just let them win the offensive rebounds and the hustle points. That's where Artino and the rest of the Lioneers will have to, you know, what can they get off of steals? How can they create some easier shots for themselves to already get back this early 8-point deficit?
Manny Galt with his second personal foul, but then skies high for the rebound. We'll see how the Kings manage his minutes. We got a little bit of a slippage and a chance for the Lioneers to run. It's Oscar finishing with the left hand.
That's what they need. Speed it up, get some easy points, great defense, leading to easy baskets.
And really for the Kings, not a great start for their dual point guard lineup with Kyle and Joseph Lin in there. Kyle's fresh in the game at the 7:20 mark as Joseph Lin gets to the cup, misses, and Manigault can't tap it in. Here come the Lioneers again on the run. Tianhao to the basket. He'll lay it in with the right hand.
Great job in transition by the Lioneers, and now the up-tempo causes the Kings with another turnover. So finally some life inside this arena here in Hsinchu as Lioneers with some back-to-back good possessions.
Tianhao's also been picking up his play as of late. I said he was classmates only in terms of draft class, if you could say so, for the first-year Lioneers. It's Oscar and Will on the pick and roll. Challenging Mullins, flinging it up and in.
He loves to go left, and that's a full extension little hook shot there by Artino. And he likes to call on this end too. After the nice block, the Lioneers will come away with it. That's what you get from a veteran like Artino. Even though the first couple of the shots didn't fall, doesn't get frustrated, keeps his head in the game, even when he got some calls he didn't like. And you know, now he's coming up with some crucial plays here, except for that one.
Little backdoor pass got away from Artino, working with Xiao Sun-yi. Little pistol action up top. Kyle, one-on-one, will get the foul first. And he'll go to the free throw line. Looks like they'll call it on Tianhao.
If you're Tianhao, you have to take those risks. It's okay. He's come up with a couple steals already earlier possessions, so you'd like to see a foul not lead to 2 free throws, but undersized guard Tianhao has to be aggressive.
Plenty of points at the free throw lines. One key element of this matchup that we didn't see in the first time they played is Oscar had that turned ankle in week 1, and so he missed out on their first matchup head-to-head back on November 13th. Kings won that one by 35 points. Now Tianhao with a double screen, chooses to pass it away from it. Oscar with a step back, no, and White on the other side. He'll step through and have that one blocked.
Yeah, good offensive rebound. Byron Mullins just showing us what he's capable of on the defensive end, though.
Byron Mullins trying to post up, and another slippery opportunity. A run out for Tarico White, who will slam it in.
Showtime, defense to offense, has to be a friend of the Lioneers tonight.
Admittedly, I am pretty cold in this building every time this season, and right now there's some slippage on the floor, at least on that side, with the Kings a few times causing turnovers. They'll keep possession on the team rebound here. Oh, it's really easy to execute on the fast break when it's 1 or 3 on 0. So Tarico White converting there. Now switching a lot. Joseph Lin left open. His 3 is on the way, and he's 3 for 3.
That's what he can do. That's a lot of time. Great recognition by Mullins to see the defense was crowded to one side, especially with him getting the ball to the post. And I'd imagine the Kings want to continue to use that to their advantage anytime they get the post up to hit those outside shooters.
They leave Artino open, and he crashes his own rebound and overshoots the layup.
Second time on the right side that he's blown that layup.
And this time, Kenny Manigault lays it in with the right hand. So early scoring for the imports of both teams. Manigault now with 4 points. As Oscar tries again from deep range, it's perfect.
That's a good stroke. You know, he's one of those rare shooters that he really gets his timing shooting off the dribble. You know, a lot of guys like to catch and shoot from the pass, but Oscar really gets that balance well, even off the dribble.
And a foul. Yang Hsinchu, who we talked to in the pregame, will go to the line, but the possible basket might have been dunked in there by Byron Mullins, so it'll be a two-shot trip. Or we'll see. 21-17 as we see Iboka come in. Some of his Sishing teammates on the men's side and the women's side are also in attendance here. As Hsinchu also trying out the bank free throw that Liu's been featuring recently. Although his facial expression is kind of giving it away. Nope, that was intentional. Quincy Davis, fresh in the game, grabs his offensive rebound. So, handoff game for our team. No, Tariko White, excuse me. Tianhao in the corner, his three is up and in.
Love the combination that Tianhao has with the backcourt now. That time, you know, a lot of times he's creating off the dribble. That time Oscar gets in the lane. Those two know exactly where they're going to be and learn to trust each other a lot out there on the court.
They got the switch, but Kyle goes for the basketball again, and now Manny got in a little bit of a trouble. He flips it up, and the missed shot will mean a shot clock violation.
And that's one of the reasons right there that Oscar is now the leader of this team, just because that energy he can bring, he creates on offense like we see there in the replay, but even just that one-on-one defense and just bringing that energy is great for his team, and he needs his teammates to continue to follow his lead in that area.
Now the Kings are playing very aggressively. And a little bit of a scramble as Tianhao flings it up and off the mark. Is Kenny deep? No. No bounce out of bounds. One thing about Kenny Manigault is sometimes he could play a little bit out of control. Though it did work, his energy did work really well. Last week he took the place of Chris Johnson, having 3 of the top 10 plays of the Plus League highlight reel last week.
Yeah, he is an explosive player that can make a lot happen. So sometimes, you know, with that athleticism or with those risk-taking plays, you'll lose some, but you definitely provide some highlights at the same time.
Chen gets his first stat of the game, a rebound. But that missed shot means the Lioneers go on the attack. Chance to tie to go ahead. Iboka moving to his left, and the jumper is out. Now it's William Martino with a chase down rebound. The Kings will slow it up. It's Kyle moving to his right. He'll try from deep. No. And a scramble won by Steve. The system kind of going out the window there as the Lioneers are able to get the stop. And Tianhao will go all the way to the hoop and score.
Great extension there on the finger roll by Tianhao. Looks like he almost lost control of it there for a second. Now an offensive foul call on the Kings. Oscar continuing to wreak havoc on the defensive end, and Lioneers showing a lot of life here at the end of this first quarter.
They are 5-2 at home. Much better mark than on their road as Yang Hsinchu rotate his body, and that's what the referees called for the illegal screen.
Yeah, Oscar definitely did a good job of selling that, but it definitely was, you know, sort of a hip thrust. You got to stay straight up when you set those screens in the back court, and you know, that doesn't happen without the full court pressure that Oscar was applying on that possession.
Sometimes I think, especially in transition, it might be good to call out your own screen, as Artino will get the foul going to the basket. Time running down on the first quarter clock. By that, I mean, you might prevent your own illegal screen by telling the defense, I'm here, so please lay off my guy, as he tries to bring the ball up court.
Yeah, definitely a good point. Artino, I know, was 0 for 2 at one of his earlier trips to the free throw line. We'll see if he can find the range from the stripe now.
On the season, heading into today's game, 30 for 61, or in percentage terms, 49.2%.
Which would not be where he would like it to be, knowing him. But that will help. We'll see. Do the Lioneers have foul to give here with 5 seconds left, Ryan?
They do have a foul to give.
So we'll see if they use that.
1 for 8 start. And laying it really short on the free throw, but I guess they waste a little bit of time. There's Evan in the vicinity for the rebound.
Don't want to give up a clear look here for the Lioneers.
Up to Manigault. He'll shoot it on the run and almost bank it in. But that's it for the first quarter, where the Lioneers take the 23-22 lead here on Cute Power themed weekend by the Lioneers. We'll be back after this.
谢谢呢，这一秒的瑞迪跟安口。好，刚刚呢要送袜子的时候了，最热情的朋友在哪里？
Step on my blue suede shoe. Well, you can do anything but take me over my blue suede shoe.
我一定要送这个。
Well, you can knock me down, step in my face, slander my name all over the place. We'll do anything that you want to do. Honey, lay off them shoes and don't you step on my blue suede shoe. Well, you can do anything but take me over my blue suede shoes. Let's go, cat.
好，东七的接着。
You can burn my house, steal my car, drink my liquor from an old fruit jar. Well, do anything that you wanna do.
As some of the front row fans do their dance, we have 2 games tomorrow in the Plus League. The Dreamers at Steelers at Kaohsiung Fengshan Stadium, and the Braves are here to play the Lioneers. Recently, the road teams have been struggling big time, and in fact, in the last 3 weeks, the road team has only won 5 out of 16 games, and all of those by the Kings, who've won 3, all in the week 7, I believe, and then the Pilots have won 2, and I believe both of those, one of them has come here in Hsinchu last weekend.
Yeah, with that stat, you see how hard it is to win on the road, which puts even more importance for the Lioneers to try to win here at home tonight. Those road struggles can be real, but got to make the most out of your opportunities at home.
Iboka takes it in, and he drains the 2. Has taken very few three-point attempts at the pro level and, of course, in college as well. Sushing loves to get the ball inside. Loose with the handle, so Venti will try to create something. Back to Quincy from the top. He rattles it in.
Great job, back-to-back possessions. Guys just catching and shooting from that power forward or center position. And that's key. If you're their teammates, knowing that those bigs can shoot out there, drive, penetrate, draw the defense, kick it out.
Rico White passes out of the defense from Steve as Iboka with the beautiful turnaround fadeaway on the side where his Sushing alumni are. Now James with the lane, he'll get to the hoop, score it, and the foul. Well, you get one on one end, and Iboka committed the foul and ended up on the floor on this end.
Yeah, either way, great job just rotating to try to help there from Iboka. Just maybe a split second or one step too late to actually challenge that shot.
Well, the turnaround fadeaway is something that he is more than capable of doing. Kind of get free reins with Sushing at the UBA level with how athletic he is. So we're tied up at 27. To put some context, home teams win 63% of the time as Quincy Davis blocks Tarico from behind. Now he'll get it back in transition, but the Lioneers stop the break. A little give and go, but block shot as Oscar waves that one goodbye. Century Nan and Quincy Davis, pretty smart give and go, but as we've kind of been instructed, the defender from behind is really the biggest threat to you. As Kyle and Quincy Davis trying to get a two-man game going. And then 3 seconds, I think it was on James Susishin.
Yeah, Kyle had an explosive drive. He probably thought that Kyle was going to be able to put a layup in there fighting for that inside position, but once that play doesn't develop, you got to try to get out of the lane.
Oscar running into some traffic. Out to Evan, he'll go to the basket. They whistle, and this will be a foul.
Love to see that from Evans. We know he likes to stand out there and use that left-handed shot he has, but you see what he's capable with that length also when he puts the ball on the court, on the floor, and gets himself 2 free throws here.
Now, he is a natural lefty and shoots lefty, but from our 3 years in the Plus League, it seems like he almost exclusively drives to his right-hand side. He hits the first free throw. Was the previous captain of the Lioneers, but the management and the players and the coaches agreed to make the change, hopefully lifting a burden off his shoulders. The Lioneers are back in the lead. Ball out of bounds will stay with the Kings as Oscar is applying even more pressure on second-year touching that.
That's what I try to teach too. Oscar does a great job at swiping up at the ball. When you swipe up, much less of a chance that that's called a foul.
And a jump ball on this side. Good defense by Iboka.
Yeah, Iboka also, just like Oscar, just lots of quick feet, but aggressive with the hands too. Try to get and swipe it. When that offense brings that ball there in front of you, you want to do your best to take advantage and go for a steal.
He gives Quincy space and he misses the three, but tapped right to the Kings. And there's Quincy with a one-handed readjustment and putback. It's nice to have big paws like that.
That would be nice.
For the other side, it's Evan on the block. Handoff with Oscar. Nice two-man game, but Quincy's there. An easy block shot there. Chance for the Kings to run. But But they lose handle, and it's Tarika White once again going to the cup. The Kings have committed so many of these turnovers that led to open layups for the Lioneers, and a quick miss by JJ.
Kings struggling a little bit so far from three-point land. They had lots of opportunities. They shoot 32% from beyond the arc for the season. Not a bad percentage, but just struggling with how many open shots they've had today to knock some of them down.
The baseline, Turinghal will lay it in. Recently rejoining the team, having dealt with that wrist injury. JJ tries to step back, will be short. And Quincy Davis right now is the only bright spot for the Kings. But there is JJ hitting the reload three.
Just another possession where Lioneers play good defense, but they give up those offensive rebounds, and those have been costly for them, as the Kings oftentimes have been able to knock down three-point shots or get other points afterwards.
Now Tanjunan applying good pressure on White. He forces it to Turinghal and airballs the three. Well, Turinghal was 3 for 4 in the last contest. This time it's Quincy Davis's turn to go. Nothing but air. Another look at the behind the basket layup by Turinghal. The Lioneers lead by 1 as they bring Tianhao in for Oscar. Now, interesting stat, again, with these two teams, they are combined 6-0 at 7 p.m. games on the season. So somebody will have that perfect record in the early goings of the season. And tonight, White puts one up, but in and out. Artino's right there for the ricochet as Iboka skies high for the putback.
Lioneers showing us they can get some hustle points too, especially now with this bigger lineup in. Artino, Iboka in at the same time. We'll see what kind of point paint production that can create.
But it's Byron Mullins out up top as Iboka can only foul James. To the chagrin of the Kings bench. Definitely a hard fall. Catches your attention.
Iboka's a strong young man, so doesn't surprise me. You get hit, you're probably gonna fall down.
Su Shen will go to the line. Already 2 points on his evening. Both coming from the line. He's missing there. The Kings are currently on a 5-game winning streak, 101.8 points per game, and never scoring below 95 points. But the Lioneers are doing a pretty decent job in the first half. White looking for an outlet. It's Tianhao with the long 2. And a foul on the scramble. It's going to be on JJ. So just like you said, Iboka and Artino are 2 active bigs on the glass. You also have to remember to block out the Lioneers guards as well.
Yeah, Tianhao especially loves crashing those boards before he runs back on defense. Oscar, he'll swipe down there too. So, you know, those guards play with a lot of energy as well.
Another turnaround miss, but Artino's right there. He finishes with the left hand.
That's the side of the basket Artino really likes. When he can get on the left side and finish with that left hook, you know, even a 7'5" like Mullins have a hard time stopping him.
Kenny Manigault tries to serve up a facial, but that's a missed shot. And eventually a successful defense by the Lioneers, but get another look. Iboka there with the challenge. I don't know if they'll give him the block, but he certainly gets credit for the courage.
That was courage. There's a lot of athleticism. Both those guys showing us they can go up, up, above the rim on that one. Manigault would like to have that back, though. Even with maybe a little contact or Iboka in his way, he could have finished that one.
Hall with a hand in his face. Will miss that one. Quickly down the floor. Kind of unlucky there. Bumps into Sushishin. Well, get a little bit of grace from the baseline attendees there on the front row. Coach Greg will bring in Guo Shaojie, or Jiege, as they call him in-house. Double screen coming. Slips it right to Byron Mullins, who hammers it home.
Great execution. Manigault really just held that fake up high. Nice quick low bounce pass. Mullins, even with the height, showing us his good hands that he has to catch that pass and finish above the rim.
Joseph Lin comes away with it. Over to JJ on the left side. It's up and out. As Iboka gets the misses, and Artino this time picks his teammate up. Lioneers playing with plenty of energy and enthusiasm in this one. Manigault trying to go with power. Will flip it on target and in. Let's see who they call the foul on. He'll go to the line for a three-point play. That's Iboka getting in his cylinder.
Iboka, I thought, did a good job sliding his feet initially, just a little bit of a bump up top, but Manigault was a man on a mission on that last drive. He wanted that dunk a couple minutes ago, and that time he's gonna do everything it took to get that ball to go through the hole.
Maybe paying some of his rookie dues. Iboka has 3 personal fouls in the first half. As more free throw troubles for the Kings. That makes him 6 for 10. White with already 7 points in the half. Will pull up from 3. Still missing the mark. Former teammates Guo Shaojie and Joseph Lin on that end. There's another miss by JJ, finished up by Byron Mullins.
Yeah, and there's just no chance there on that time with Artino and White both out of the lane. The moment that shot went up, if it wasn't going in, it was going to be in the hands of Mullin for an easy layup.
Tian Hao loses the ball, but eventually makes himself more open, but swirls it out.
He made his first perimeter shot from that corner. The last 2 have looked like they were going to go in, but have both rolled out.
And then a foul on the perimeter. He didn't have any fouls to give. So bonus free throws coming up for the Kings. In their 5-game winning streak, they only allow 90 points per game and a net rating of, let's see, 11 plus 3 of 14. That's how strong the Kings have been playing as of late. That streak coming, of course, after losing to the Taoyuan Puyan Pilots, who are currently the hottest team in the league. As mentioned, they have a 9-game winning streak, but of course, the coach that he is, Coach Camino, saying 10 would sound even better.
Definitely.
The Muse girls right around us trying to encourage the audience behind the basket to get the Kings to miss a few more at the line. Maybe it's even more distracting with some cat fat heads. Manigault goes 1 for 2. Martino going against Mullins, got him in the air, but the block leads to confusion on that end of the floor. But we see got Byron Mullins to little bunny hop, but look how athletic he is to get him another one. The Lioneers ball out of the baseline. You're looking for Xiao Sun-yi. With the left hand, flips it over Amigo and in.
It's a tough shot. Takes a lot of time and repetition to develop that baby hook shot. But once you get it down, it can be hard for any defender to try to block that shot.
First score of the night for Xiao Sun-yi. He was the only local to score double digits the last time these two teams played with 10, as Joseph Lin has a little message for the fans nearby.
I have seen that in a variety of arenas from Joseph Lin. He is good at quieting the fans of the other teams.
Perfect 4-for-4 three-point shooting start, as Manigault will power his way to the cup and finish with 2. As the Lioneers call timeout while the coaches and the players are jumping up and down, trying to plead with the referees about something. We got another break and some messages for you back after this.
谢谢牧师女孩。另外呢，在大会服务处呢有捡到了一支米色的 iPhone， 所以呢有遗失的朋友，那赶快去认领。Dennis， 你演的还蛮像的。
Back in Hsinchu County Stadium for this matchup of the Kings against the Lioneers. Next week we have 5 games in total. Lioneers, Steelers, Pilots, and Kings will have home games. Check for tickets on the team ticket portals. Coach Greg and the Lioneers hopping mad at what they perceive was an extra hop by Manigault on the last fast break, bringing us to a 4-point Kings lead.
Yeah, from my angle, it looked like Manigault might have had it pop out of his hands for a second, which is why he was allowed to regather possibly and finish the layup. But, you know, most of the Lioneer players thought they saw a different angle, a different result. At the end, it's up to the officials.
Guo Shaojie working with Artino. Moving to his left, will miss his long 2.
Can be hard to come off the bench. That's his first shot taken of the game from the outside. Hard to find that rhythm for some of these players.
Going to the basket and scoring is Joseph Lin. Building it up to a 6-point lead now for the Kings.
Yeah, for me, if on the Lioneers, it's sort of Oscar time. How do you get your stud point guard going here? You know, how can you set some screens, ball screens, or get them open?
A 3 made by Xiao Sun-yi. He's not attempted much on the season, but made that one count.
Much needed, especially with this smaller lineup the Lioneers have in right now. You're going to have to knock down some of those outside shots.
That's, in fact, his first one on the season, as the Lioneers commit a foul on this end, sending Manigault to the line again. We see Joseph Lin finishing over his head, practically. The counter made by lefty shooting Xiao Sun-yi. Joseph Lin with 14 points on the game. And now Manigault at the line, 9 points to his name. Make that 10. Now the last time they played was part of the Kings' opening 4-game winning streak. And it in fact preceded the Lioneers winning 4 straight on their own side. White working to his right, now down to Xiaosui. Pounding the rock against Amigo, and they call a foul on the strip.
Good things happen when you get into the paint and the heart of the defense right here, and you go up to the basket. Did seem like Amigo did get quite a good amount of basketball on that swipe. But if you're the Lioneers, you want to stay aggressive, keep getting to the basket, keep getting to the free throw line. Especially when the referees see that arm go up and then swipe down by Amigo. That's going to be called for a foul more often than not.
We didn't have that angle as our baseline camera sits on the right side of the basket. I wonder if the official might have thought that there might have been something holding underneath. With Xiaosui now with 6 and 7 points of the night.
Yeah, coming at some crucial times too. When the Kings were starting to steal some momentum, he's helped keep them grounded here to end this second quarter.
He's making his 9th start in the season. He's the Lioneers' local big they like to have in there. Leaving Amigo wide open, and he overshoots the 3. So Joseph Lin, kind of the only threatening shooter for the team in yellow. JJ's the only one with even a 3 made, 1 for 5 though. 2-second shot clock, game clock difference. Joseph Lin from deep range, he rolls it.
Tongue out, Lioneer fans frustrated, hitting their lap as he's had quite the first half.
Artino with a good try from half court, but it bounces out. It'll be the Kings up by 5 as we head to halftime. Lioneers and Kings for the second time this season. A little rematch of last year's first-round playoffs, but a lot of new storylines. We'll take a break before breaking things down at halftime.
每个人都可以抢红包哦。 来，刚刚楼上拿海报了，还有这边有拿海报了，赶快，有4位哦。1、2，还有2个人呢。啊，今天是不是有世界先进的同仁一起来看球的？世界先进派一个出来，世界先进派一个出来。我们不要陈建伟。好，来，世界先进的同仁。 好，来，你跟他一国。还有1位哎，还有1位还没到吗？还有1位，好来，快点来这里，你在这边。啊，这个好，这个好。 不要踩到这个哦。等一下呢，要拿着这个猫爪投篮，投进了就可以回来拿一个板子放在这边。啊，你们投这边，你们给他球啊。哎，艾玛，给他一个球，艾玛。 好，可以哦。轮流，一人一棒，好不好？拿熊掌的先，拿熊掌的当第一棒，拿猫爪的当第一棒，投进了回来拿一个板子。没有拿猫爪的，放完板子之后赶快接猫爪，好不好？来，准备喽，预备
，1 2 ready go，
停。大哥，你投那边呐？你没吗？不是你的问题，是他的问题。不要踩在这，不要站这边就好了，我怕你会跌倒了，好不好？投进了，回来放一块板子，然后把猫爪给隔壁的人，再换他上去，先连成一线就赢了。安站好，预备，开始。
1 2 ready go。
可以上篮啦，大哥，上篮就好了。在篮下一直投到进就好了。对。
Kids, if you're watching, always be sure to listen to instructions before you go on to take your test. Is that right, Kirk? The fan here going for a three-point shot with the pause on when he needed to start with a layup.
Yeah, it's important. Listen to your coaches, listen to your teachers. You'll get much further in life.
Well, these guys are doing pretty well. It's the Lioneers and Kings combined team statistics there on screen. The Lioneers down by 5 points at the half, where the Kings have done a better job controlling the rebound game, but they've also turned it over a few times more. They're on the bottom row, 7 turnovers, 2 or 3 of those just slipping on the hardwood, leading the Lioneers' easy transition buckets.
Yeah, some slips. Definitely a couple good steals there by the Lioneers as well. And that rebound category, though, is where I'm really focused. Kings, best rebounding team in the league. And the Lioneers are going to have to really outwork and out-hustle and do a better job boxing out and try to win a few more possessions so that they can control this home court.
Well, Taipei has added that again with more memes and internet creativity, shall we say. And featured in this one is Age of Empires Amigo getting the additional quivers. So when he shoots 4 or more free throws in 9 games this season, he scores 18 points per game. But when he shoots 4 or less free throws, that's happened 5 times this year, he's only averaging 6.6 points. So that could be their function of how aggressive he plays, or maybe the offensive load he might have from game to game.
Yeah, I think that's right. You know, different games you're called upon to do different things, and so different results can come from that. This one's, though, only halfway over, so still a lot more basketball to play.
In fact, Amigo only has 2 shot attempts on the game and no points yet. But he leads the Plus League in locals when it comes to free throws attempts overall. He has 65, and the next highest is Jack Zhenxiangju, who has 50 free throw attempts on the season.
Yeah, some of that happens in fast break opportunities, which his teammates have had several of that. Manigault has gone to the line a lot from fast break opportunities, but you know, I wouldn't be surprised. We've seen the Lioneers post up some of their guards or wing players or small forwards, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see Amigo get in the post a little bit and try to create from there as well in the second half.
Now that being said, there are a lot of free throw attempts by both teams. Both teams going aggressively to the hoop, as at least in this one, neither shooting that well from the outside. So a lot of free throw attempts, and we'll probably expect that for the rest of the way. Another thing for the Lioneers, they already have 10 points off the bench. We'll see if that continues to work in their favor. We'll go to one more break before leading scorers of the game after this.
93有比93多的吗？多少？你抢到多少？啊？180。好，再来要不要？管他的，董事长不让，再来。准备了，他再不回来，我们抢到天亮。好，还有40几秒哦。 走不走？你在那边把位置守好，我走近一点比较好扫。我现在没有空理你，我也很需要街口支付的购物金。竟然为了抢钱，连主持人都不愿意站在中间。最后的17秒喽！来哦，来哦！哦，这一次是高国豪要发红包了。开场！哇！你多少？40多，40多。多少？50几？90？有3位数的吗？191。好，董事长赶快跑回来了哦！你怕我在抢？各位现场的朋友，还要红包吗？再来，剩17秒了，没空跟你们讲话了。5、4，开场！哇塞，多少？华董事长，华董事长，再加码一次好不好？再加码一次好不好？
好，支持。
好，董事长说再一次。这一次时间应该会更短，10秒。3，听说这一包最大包哦 ，Go！ 多少？500？多少？225？有比225的多吗？多少？251？多少？好，恭喜各位！但最重要的是，谢谢呢我们街口支付这几年来的连续3年对工程师的一个支持，我们就叫做新竹街口工程师。那也谢谢街口支付的董事长，谢谢。那最重要是拿街口支付呢买我们周边商品。好，大家抢完红包了，都可以开始呢吃吃喝喝了。另外呢，在我们楼下呢，就是在靠近我们 VIP 的销售区当中。我们除了有我们周边商品之外，那我们今天呢还有推出呢我们过年的礼盒。大师席真的是好地方啊，吃吃喝喝都有哦，很方便。还有包括呢，有我们德州牛排这边呢，也有很多的餐盒，这边都是世界先进的同仁哦。 哇，很嗨耶！有自己的一个小小的空间，然后来看球，蛮棒的。这边还有在玩弹珠台的哦。
Take another chance, keep your head up. Keep your head up. Keep your head up.
We're about a minute away from the start of the second half here. It is game 41 of the Plus League third seasons of regular season. And something I was kind of curious about, Kirk, is I looked it up. The Lioneers are undefeated when they score above 100 points this season. But on the flip side, they have lost 6 out of 7 games when giving up more than 100 points on the game. So Coach Greg talking about Oscar.
接任队长以后，那其实我觉得对他心理上面的一个使命感又更加重。那所以其实我觉得在这一个任务降临到他身上的时候，其实我觉得一方面他在整个平常生活的情绪上面，其实我觉得他会变成说他无时无刻都是在为我们球队来着想。那所以我觉得这个是对他成长一个很棒的一个过程。所以那也看到国豪在这2周，他其实开始慢慢有了更好的一些表现，在球场上面他更愿意指挥他的队友。那所以我觉得希望能够延续下去，然后让国豪成为一个更好的领袖。
Coach Greg sharing that Oscar is all for our team and making him the team captain, even more invested and leading the troops emotionally as well. So immediately a Tariqa White and William Martino pick and roll. They brush it out of bounds.
And Oscar's one of those guys, he's blessed with some quickness and elite skill, but he's, as he's matured here, he's, and grown with these players, their respect for him has grown, and he has that demeanor too to be a good captain for the Hsinchu team.
Starting lineups for both teams as Artino will miss with the left hand. Joseph Flynn to Manico way up high. Down to Sushi, no one picking him up, but Byron Mullins, a knee on the hardwood.
Amigo Yang staying cold too.
A quick foul by Joseph Lin. Well, they stay over on the floor. but Byron Mullins kind of struggling now. Might have took a little bit of a shot off ball. So getting some attention from his teammates on the floor, but he'll wave off any staff members for the Kings bench. Tianhao in the corner, he's got a lane, but leaves the layup short. And Artino bounces it out of bounds. A little bit of a break there for the Kings.
Yeah, I like the move by Tianhao. Definitely had to use the floater instead of the finger roll that time, with Mullins coming from the weak side to help on the defense. But good job staying aggressive.
Oscar applying pressure to Manigault and gives Tianhao the opportunity. And he lays it in around Byron Mullins. Quickly down the other side, the Kings will counter as Manigault rolls out the three.
Don't really know how Tianhao got that one off. He did look back for a brief second like he was going to pass the ball. Maybe that threw Mullins off timing-wise. But man, this was just incredible finish. He had to go extra high off the backboard so that Mullins couldn't get an angle on it.
Little roundabout play as Artino provides nice footwork and lays it in. And just like that, the Lioneers are within a point of the Kings. Action's too fast. I haven't had a chance to remind everyone that the Plus League competition committee has, as Oscar fouls on the bump, as the competition committee, I was saying, agreed to remove the coaches challenge on goaltending's not called. There you see the nice footwork.
Yeah, we saw in that last play, Artino, for his size, he still has some good foot quickness as he squeezed through there for the Kings defense. Nice little jump stop, on balance, finish up near the rim.
They drop their assignment on that side as Joseph Flynn will get an easy lay-in. Rico White to Artino, who pushes it up and leaves it short.
That's the shot that Artino really likes, right there in the middle with the left. He'd love to have that one back.
Now Byron Mullins trying to get one back. He'll lay it in with the left hand. That's his offhand.
Yeah, but we've seen him with a few nice left-handed finger rolls, and this time as, you know, starting to just look at his drive.
Over the top, and Tarika White scores two. The pace really picking up in this one. Little Spain pick and roll, but it's Manigault. Oh, he had some mean attentions there, but he was fouled first.
Good hard drive off the screen from the top as we see the replay, just high-low action. White able to create the space with the upper body strength, and you know, got to give credit to Artino too for the nice timing and the nice touch on the pass.
With no Kings on the line, White and Artino having a few extra words with each other, a few extra words with the bench. And now the east side of the stadium earning themselves some free coupons with that missed free throw. Manigault's got 10 points on the night. But there's the 0 for 2 trip. He's only hit 2 out of 6 free throws tonight. The rest of his teammates have also missed 3 free throws. As Oscar from behind, Joseph Flynn will be called for the foul, and only has Coach Marchand to console him, shall we say.
Might have been an Oscar job by Oscar, an Oscar award for Oscar.
On the Mandarin side, they're making jokes about maybe Oscar growing out his hair, but it's a little shorter than it has been in the past. Joseph Lin will try to get it back. He stays perfect with another three.
I mean, you got to help weak side on the drive, but you can't give up that much space to Joseph Lin. Not on a night like tonight. He has not missed. He's been a big reason that the Kings have been able to control the lead in this game so far.
He's got to get one more to tie his own personal record as Oscar slices his way to the hoop. Takes two back. A quick foul the other way.
I'm sort of surprised we haven't seen Amigo posting up down there more often as he's continued to struggle.
Oscar's got the best of Joseph Lin on a couple dribble drives.
Yeah, with Oscar being out the last time these two teams met, this is the first matchup. You know, we have Kyle from the Kings, you got Joseph Lin, Oscar, some of the stars in my eyes of just local point guards and what they can do.
Manigault top steps away, but leaves the layup short. And it's Oscar going to the cup. No. Out to Xiaoshui, who missed the corner jumper. And look what I found. William Martino.
Oscar's had a couple of those steals this game, or assistant steals, you could say. And we talked about earlier how him and Tien Hao like to go down there and get rebounds.
A nice dunk, but they say a foul first. Get another look at Oscar. Their time, like you said, swiping up. And it really works when you're small, swiping up on a big, coming down with a rebound.
That's why you got to teach, and Mullins definitely knows this. You get that rebound, you want to try to keep it high where that swipe can't happen. Because if that ball is above Mullins' head, there's no way Oscar's going to be able to get to it.
Joseph Lin driving and kicking as Manigault short with the three. Almost a jump ball, but the Lioneers come away with it. Has to take the lead. Oscar thought he could get the foul, but no. Got his own board on the ricochet. Now throws it into no man's land. It's going to be a 3-on-1 for the Kings as Manigault misses the close one, and Amigo eventually puts it through. Not the perfect execution, but it's 2 points just the same. There's a whistle, though. And a T called as well to add on to the damage there. He did get the left hand on ball, but that second hand came around. And that'll be our first break of the first half. Seems like both teams with something to say, but we'll see how they make their adjustments in the huddles.
副总来做一个可爱的喵的姿势哦。好可爱哦，妹妹。来，向右转一点，对，向右转一点哦。好，小黑喵，小黑喵。换你喽。招财猫，嘿，很好。来， 来换你喽，向右转一点，向右转一点。Lona baby， 你很害羞哦。我们就是越害羞要越拍你，被你瞄。
If we had to guess, that's probably Mrs. Lin, who's in the building to watch her son Joseph play. Plus League fans, the 5,000 or 3,000 NT gift bags available on the league site, PLEAGUEofficial.com. Well, 1 3-point away from tying his own perfect three-point shooting record on the game. Joseph Lin set that in the inaugural year of the Plus League against the Pilots in Taoyuan, where he went 7 for 7. Byron Mullins, his teammate, had a chance to break it on the last homestand, but then missed the all-important 8th three-pointer. So not only you lose the tie, you also don't get the record. It's a kind of funny way of how the records were working that way. Made a technical free throw. And the Lioneers with the sideline out of bounds. Tariqa White with a beautiful finger roll.
Great hesitation on as he got to the free throw line. Then he split the defenders. Nice finish. As that time again, Amigo Yang trying to get involved in this game. As we see the replay, the hang time there, but Amigo really going to the post now, trying to use his upper body, his body strength, I must say, just to get some mismatches and get some easy points with him, as he has not had his regular night tonight that we're used to him seeing from him.
He does have 2 points already. Makes the first free throw. He scored a layup earlier. Now a 2-for-2 trip. So Mickey, number 23, after committing the foul, now on the strong side. As White feeling it will splash the 2.
Back-to-back big possessions for him. Did some good things in the first half, but if he could get going and really find a streak here, could be helpful.
They pick the pocket as White has that one blocked by Manigault. There's a good hustle and a chase down, forcing the Lioneers into the half-court offense. He'll pull up, he'll glance off the rim. Speaking of three-point shooting, Byron Mullins hasn't attempted that much. Nice pass and the call of foul. A couple whistles sounded there. Another look, Tariqa White initially played it smartly, even went to the left hand, but had that one swatted away.
Manigault had that time step by step, and just showing us his athleticism, how he's been on several top 10 plays in the league.
After a short stint, Yang Hsinchu will go to the bench and Kyle will take his place. And a miss from Mullins. He's not had his name called that much in this contest. Missing both. It's a 65% free throw shooter heading into tonight. They love getting Tarico going right. Now it's Mickey over to Xiao Sui, one man to beat, missing the dunk, and Artino blows it at the rim. Look down the other side, Amigo, floating three, rattles home.
boom.
That's a big 5-point swing there. Artino, well, 2 opportunities right at the rim for the Lioneers, and then a transition 3 by Amigo, which is dangerous if you're the Lioneers, because the last thing you want is him to get hot right now.
And on the other side, it's Kenny Manigault with an easy 2-handed slam. And just when you think the Lioneers are getting a lot of momentum, it's the Kings with a quick 5-0 run. Kind of commented how the Kings kind of slipped and fall. Gave the Lioneers some easy baskets, but this time it's some missed shots on one end close to the basket, and Joseph Lin kind of getting a little revenge defensively. This time a rather modest Manigault dunk there. He's been having an interesting season, having a game of 10 turnovers, but also a different game of 10 assists. On screen now is the split before Simbular and after Simbular. On the left, the team was 2 and 4 with Simbular, Big Sim in there. 91.1 points for, 102.6 points given up. And after Sim is out in the mutual parting, they are now 2 and 3, improving just slightly at 91.8 points per game and giving up 100.8 points per game. Well, it's a small difference, but one less loss and a few points closer. I think the biggest concern for the Lioneers is how they almost exclusively have poor showings on the road. Their only victory, they gave a big lead against the Steelers and only eventually pulled it out with a 1-point win.
Yeah, finding out how to win on the road can be tough. That's where them as a unit, they just really got to come together, because it takes everybody's 100%. Be at the top of your game, be focused on the road, try to get rid of everything else that's happening, and you know, steal those wins. So something they're going to have to do if they want to be successful in the playoffs and get to the playoffs with a good seed. So see how the season progresses and what they can figure out in that way.
So out of the timeout, coming in for the first time is Xiaohei Zhenbo. They only rotated 9 players in their rotation in the first half, but they're expanding on it. Good hands by Manigault, and he'll give it up to a teammate, and good hands. Zhenbo will prevent 2 points.
Well, I don't know if a foul call was actually made, though. Seems to be confusion now. Then I guess they'll take a look to see who's it's out on.
Well, he did smack Amigo on the back with the right hand.
He had his hand up, so he's definitely trying to make a foul and stop Amigo from having an easy layup. So we'll see what the replay shows.
Now, the referees would be saving Zhenbo and the Lioneers from a foul and more Kings free throws, so in a sense, they could be thankful for that. Yeah. Now, the way that he got both hands involved definitely makes you think that it should be a ball out of bounds off the Lioneers. Here, see the left hand kind of swiping through. Did he also get a finger graze? Certainly Amigos doesn't feel too good about the love, shall we say, he was shown by Zhenbo there.
But what the Lioneers got to figure out as we see the ball stays with the Kings is, you know, they had a couple back-to-back turnovers. That's why the timeout was called. And then they set up a playoff out of the timeout, and there's still a little bit of confusion, and they still end up with a turnover. So what the Lioneers need to figure out is just how to take care of the ball better, and the execution, the timing has to be a little bit better, because it's hard to score points when you don't even get a shot up.
Backdoor, Amigo with a reverse, and another missed assignment out of the baseline, out of bounds.
That's the type of execution you want to see after a stoppage in game and you draw something out. You want to see your team execute like that. That's what the Kings were able to do, and if that continues, that's going to be a difference today in the game.
Over the top, Tarico White will lay it in, assist to Artino again.
And Amigo's really front-facing and trying to deny White getting the ball out on the perimeter, and so the Lioneers doing a good job adjusting there and just throwing it over the top of the defense. That's worked twice now.
Now speeding through, Manigault will miss the layup. Waiting on Amigo to get back, but it's Oscar with a missed three, and tough rebound by Byron Mullins. Pick, pass almost stolen by the Lioneers, but eventually it's going to be a foul. Iboka will check in the game for Xiao Sun-yi. Well, Byron Mullins, 12 points, 14 rebounds, and 3 assists will head to the line. Du Yinhao will replace Gao Guohao.
Lioneers really have had less of a bench rotation tonight, but they have had impact off the bench. So these will be critical minutes here at the end of the third quarter. What kind of lift can these bench players offer for them? Keep them in this game is important, or maybe even go on a run and try to help them get the lead back.
This time Byron Mullins hits 2 for 2 after going 0 for 2 the last trip. Tartino at the elbow, given space as they're maneuvering for a Shaolia post-up.
Tough for Will Artino. We've seen him have games where he can find that range from mid-range or the three-point line, but today it's still sitting at 0 shots from the outside.
Not said his name a lot. Kyle also overshoots the 3, but right away it's Iboka who kind of lost Amigo there on the assignment. So it'll be interesting to see how Amigo handles these free throw shots after taking that bump there from the very well-built Iboka, who's got 4 personal now.
That might be a big reason why Iboka doesn't, you know, come in to the rotation sooner. Just getting in foul trouble, you try to make sure he can try to be in there when the team most needs him. But he's going to have to do a better job of that.
Now Amigo up to 11 points on the quarter. He scored 26 in their first matchup, which is good enough for his second highest output of the season. Little 3-man game. It's Zemburi to Will, who floats it and misses it off back iron.
Showing a lot of frustration there on that one. Will Artino does have a soft touch also, especially with that little lefty floater. Just unable to find the bottom of the net. And we see Mullins really playing off of him now too. The Lioneers run a lot of their offense through Will up there on the perimeter, but it's getting harder now with Byron Mullins just sagging deeper and deeper into the paint.
The Kings trying not to switch. Leave Tariko White from the outside, who misses the target.
Critical last 2 minutes here for the Lioneers. You're down by 8. You don't want to see this get to double digits before entering the fourth quarter.
Amigo with the rainbow, and he buries it. From 32, almost 33 feet out. And just like that, it's an 11-point game, +6 to the road team on the quarter. Venti trying to track Du Yinhao. There's Tariko White, bounce it off glass.
There's not a lot of chemistry right now for the Lioneers, who have their 2 starting guards on the bench. They just need a court general manager to help just get their scorers the ball in the right spot.
Amigo on the left block. Good defense by Xiaohei, forcing into that miss.
Yeah, great individual defense there by the Lioneers. Force Amigo to take a tough shot, even though he's capable of making it.
A 2-for-1 opportunity for the Lioneers. Naturally, as Ibaka behind the back. Getting her right back, but right into trouble. He'll miss from close. So the Kings can't run out the clock. As there's a traveling call by Byron Mullins. Definitely felt odd with the timing there. Trying to steal a few extra moments of rest for Artino. Li Jiarui will come in. It's going to be a one-possession finish for the Lioneers. Kyle Lee Cayenne putting the pressure. They didn't have a foul to give, and so that dive for the loose ball is going to send Zheng to the line.
Yeah, great first knockaway, but then you see the push there at the end, and you know Kyle's had his struggles tonight on offense, and sometimes that can force you to make, you know, some errant decisions. That's not what he wanted, was to give up a foul 50 feet from the basket and send the Lioneers to the free throw line, although that will help them get the ball back to end the quarter.
He's only coming off the bench for the third time this season. Well, in a points per possession sense, you're not going to lose out after that first free throw was missed. Zheng from Nahu High School is only taking his 5th and 6th free throws. The second line drive is in. However, curious whistle.
Substitution.
Guo Shaojie in for Zheng Boyu. Maybe trying to get a little bit more agility out there. Ten seconds on the third quarter clock. Kyle probing out to Mullins. Two guys dive on him as he can't get it at the hoop. And from three-quarters court, Xiaolia hits the back iron. The Kings build it up to a 10-point lead as we head to the fourth and final frame of this one. Take a little break, and we'll be back with the fourth quarter of this Plus League regular season game.
还有我们光复的3位同学，来，小贺站这边，来准备喽，看这边就好，来音乐。好，东汉、庆生，还有呢陈将松。 林化很会哦，这边呢都是我们新竹的子弟兵哦。来 ，Go Go Go， 一起来，看他们会不会跳 Go Go Go， 新竹人都要会哦，工程师，右左滑滑，工程师，工程，准备喽，工程师。 好，那我们请了我们5位呢在地的子弟兵。
The Muse girls out to cheer with a different outfit as we get a look at Anthony Bennett hanging on to the other power forwards of the Lioneers lineup. He is hit on 44% of his 18 three-point attempts, but he's not gotten a lot of other three-point shooting from the other bigs like Evan Lee, Jairai Iboka, down there off the cliff, and they're trying to hang on to Xiao Sui, who's just hit his first this season, and he only has 5 attempts. But shooting from the power forward spot could be interesting for the Lioneers, as the argument could be made with Sim Bular on the team. That would be even more important, but without him there, and Willie Martina with a little bit of three-point shooting, kind of the ways that the Lioneers can stretch the floor kind of vary.
Yeah, they're not a top three-point shooting team in the league, but they do have a number of guys that are comfortable out there knocking down shots.
And it's Kenny Manigault with another incredible reverse layup. Goaltending call, but that doesn't take away from another high-flying, high-wire event.
And that's just another time you got to give credits to the Kings and the coaching staff, because they come out of a break and their execution is perfect. So those are plays that they practiced and perfected. And it's a beautiful thing to see the execution out here on the court when it matters most. And that makes those coaches very happy.
This 3 on this side by the Lioneers, as Quincy Davis is in the game playing center. I'm gonna say out of bounds off of Iboka. Getting a look at the back door as Manigault anticipating the block shot.
Yeah, Evans just was lost in the dust there. Got beat baseline on the backdoor cut, but it was a nice pass also.
Powell will try from 3, in and out. Relatively speaking, both teams going a little bit smaller. Iboka gets by with speed and over Quincy Davis. He'll go to the line for a 3-point play.
Love that drive by Iboka. When he caught it, he was ready to drive, and he used a nice jab step, and then his body control went up strong, contact and the basket, and couldn't have come at a better time. Lioneers were desperately in need for a basket there.
He's already got 8 points on the night. Quick free throw routine though. Well, he's another Lioneer who needs to improve overall in the season shooting the free throws. Manigault from the elbow down the queue. Little 2-man game, it's too easy. Number 55 scores, kind of on the mismatch though. Lost Tian Hall there. Now down by 12. The fourth quarter is a weak one for the Lioneers. Iboka's high on the season is 15 points in the game he started against the Braves. Pass to nowhere and a turnover by the Kings.
So the Lioneers need is stops, and then I would say on the offensive end, especially with Byron Mullins out right now, not that Q can't be a rim protector as well, but this is the time for the slashers and Evans use that length, and for some of these perimeter players, try to get into the paint and make some things happen, get some easier shots close to the basket.
Brook roll play at Junior Hall loses the handle, and it's Kenny Manigault. A couple to beat. He'll get his own and one.
Yeah, you can't allow that to happen. Turn the ball over on one side, and if you're going to go for the foul, you got to make sure he doesn't make the basket also. Big mistake there for the Lioneers.
Here's Junior Hall that swiped down, but it needed to be more accurate, or don't want to say a little bit more ferocious, but it needed be a little bit more forceful. Tian Hall will go down for our Gogwa Hall.
Oscar has a big 10 minutes in front of him here. We'll see if he has some tricks left in his bag, because this lead has grown in his absence on the court. Now looking at a 15-point deficit. So you don't have to come out here and hit a home run. There's still 10 minutes left, but you definitely got to play with some more urgency and start making some things happen.
Junior Hall on the handoff will go to the cup. He'll lay it in for 2.
I think that's what's available more for these slashers. Great drive there. And Quincy Davis unable to rotate and help in time. So continue to be aggressive if you're the Lioneers towards the basket.
Quincy Davis will try to answer, and he'll chase down his own rebound. The scramble continues, and Quincy Davis had his paws on it, but it will bounce out of bounds for the Lioneers. Interesting. Coach Greg going to bring in a few more bench pieces here. You see Oscar and Tarika White initially fumbling it. But it was Q who pushed it out of bounds. 9 minutes left in the game. It's Willie Martino in. Oscar floating it from around the free throw line. And Manigault going against the whole Lioneers defense. Block shot for number 31.
Yeah, good job by Artino there to be that last line of defense. So you see the replay here, stretching those arms out far. But on the offensive side, Artino's gonna have to find some rhythm too. On that last possession, he had a 7-8 foot little floater that he passed up on.
But this time, Oscar plays a smart on him on the block, and it leads to a travel call.
Sort of pulled the chair there, like we see Rodman do to Malone so many times.
Oscar's been a good defender against Manigault on the perimeter, so they wanted to go baseline, and they're still down by 13. It's Artino spinning baseline, but Quincy Davis's long arms gets the stop, but they...
I don't know if Artino made a great move to spin back baseline. Had Q beat, but I don't know if he had to do the reverse there. I think he could have gone straight up on the left side, maybe had an easier time putting that basket in the hoop.
Quickly on the baseline out of bounds. It's a brick shot by Oscar. More Manigault possession and another stop by Artino. Zembori going to the hoop, but he was fouled first. So it'll be the third foul by the Kings.
Artino defense turning into offense for the Lioneers. And being aggressive, taking it to the basket is what's helping the Lioneers try to climb and crawl their way back into this game.
Zembori coming in only in the second half. We'll get some fourth quarter minutes here. Coach Marchand going to bring in Joseph Flynn in now.
Still wait and see if he can tie his record of three-point shots. See if he can keep the streak going.
Zembori trying to guard Kenny, who floats it from the free throw line, but out of bounds. Right now, there's only one man to guard on the Kings side. It's just number 55. Lioneers swing it around. Artino backdoor to Zembori, who can't finish on the tough shot attempt right off the pass. I wouldn't want to call it an alley yet. Right the other way, Kyle throws it to the Lioneers, and it's Junior Hall wide open. Got it!
That got the fans off their feet. defense really being the go-to right now for the Lioneers, who now are only down by 8. We'll see if they can continue this run.
Hsinchu into the game now, hitting the 3. 7 points on his night, and that's the kind of shooter that the Lioneers really needed. Well, they're back into it, and we have one last break in this one. Welcome to this Saturday 7 p.m. tip of Plus League basketball. Fans, be sure to leave a like on the stream as Hsinchu with that very important 3 in transition as well for the Kings. Had a really bad turnover, and the Lioneers didn't get just 2 points there. They got 3 points to make it an 8-point deficit.
Yeah, this is a shot where if you make it, you're so happy, and Lioneer fans were happy, but if you miss it, it's like, oh man, he had some open teammates maybe that could have ended up with a layup. So 3 points though is always going to be better than 2.
Bad pass, and then another turnover. They try to foul, but it's Oscar who throws the pass to a teammate. Now he's got to step back. Not great footwork, and kind of mercilessly for the Kings, who played very poorly past the Kenny Manigault craze. Amigo will try to answer, but clanks out. Oscar takes an awkward fall there after the shot.
Yeah, he's been able to draw some fouls on the jump shot earlier, so maybe trying to do the same thing there, but you want to try to focus on making the shot as well.
Little scoop pass by Amigo in the corner. And right now, the Kings don't know where to take any of these shots. As Oscar, pretty fatigued there, will go to the bench. Or maybe he just wanted to take a little breather amongst the coaches. He's actually staying in the game. On the top left of your screen. Little scoop pass, and it looks like they didn't get the shot off in time. And that timeout by Coach Marchand and the Kings has not done much good for the team in yellow.
Yeah, they're struggling to find their groove right now, but you also got to credit to the Lioneers really stepping up their defensive game and making things happen.
Dembori working in the mid-range. Now it's Oscar going to the baseline. Martino had that one stuffed, spins the other way, and the foul call on the follow-up. So William Martino going to work. He's got 19 rebounds on the game. And there you see kind of a little bit of the shove down low.
Yeah, Martino doing a great job battling there. Could be frustrated after the first attempt gets sort of blocked and smothered, but he spun to the other side, gave it another go, but from the stripe, all of that hard work means nothing. You can't knock down at least one of these free throws. They need points right now to stay in this game.
And 0 for 2. First one too long, second one too short. Joseph Lin with the awkward runner. This time it's Byron Mullins who counters with the offensive rebound.
Gives a little flex of the muscles. He has impacted the game in so many ways, but he has not had a big offensive night. But that was a timely basket there for the Kings to end that Lioneers run.
Gosalje with the bad miss, but it's Artino again under the hoop. Only Byron Mullins' second foul, but in another frustrating fashion.
Yeah, sometimes you just get bad luck on the bounces. That time the ball hit off the backboard straight into Artino's hands, and he was happy to see it. But he missed the layup, so he's gonna have to go back to the stripe where he just missed 2 in a row. We'll see if he can start knocking down some free throws.
One thing that'll help the Lioneers come back, the Kings already 4 fouls as a team on the quarter. And yet another miss. Looks like Tariqa White is ready to come into the game at the next break. Closer, but no cigar.
It's one way of putting it. Artino doesn't have anywhere to look except for himself on that one, and you know, you struggle that much from the free throw line. He struggled to shoot the perimeter shots today too. Eventually you got to look elsewhere for some offensive life. That's what the Lioneers need. Now looking at under 5 minutes, down by 10. Artino has done a great job in this last few minutes though. You know, defensively, the Lioneers have really picked that up. Something they need to get going. They know they can get stops right now. They just got to turn it into something.
Joseph Lin slips it to Mullins. They say he was fouled from behind. Would have been a great find and athletic play. I think it was Tariqa White who came in with the help. Big task for Iboka to have to deal with Byron Mullins and provide the help defense.
See if the Kings big man now can have some success at the free throw line.
Rolls in the first. Only 1 free throw in the 4th quarter. Kenny Manigault was able to sink it for the Kings. And on the Lioneers side, William Martino 0 for 4. Iboka 0 for 1. But Zim Warrior 2 for 2. Good back and forth from Iboka to White, but he misses the close one. Kyle working into the mid-range to Byron Mullins, and he's bumped down low. He'll go to line again.
Yeah, good job by Kyle. Really uses his strength here to cross over, attack the lane. He sees the help come. Great timing of the bounce pass, and good job by Mullins to be moving towards the basket on the attack, moving to a spot where he can catch it and be successful.
Byron Mullins will go to the line again. I think, like you said, the key was in that play to create a little bit of roll action, because if he stood still and then went, it was easy for the defense to get reset up and maybe, if they're skillful, get a charge out of that play. But that's where the nuances of screening will work. Mullins now with 20 points on the night.
And he hasn't had to work extremely hard for those 20. He stayed within the offense, hasn't forced anything, and big reason that the Kings have had so much success here is because of what he's been able to offer them on both ends of the court.
Kyle playing aggressively on the perimeter will send Oster to the line. His free throw was perfect. He's got 12 points on the night. Only 1 for 6 shooting from 3, but no Lioneer has 2 makes from deep range. Byron Mullins took away a rebound from Amigo there, jumping so high with his 38-year-old legs. Joseph Lin in a little trouble, out to Byron Mullins, who drains the 3 and creating a lot of separation against the Lioneers here in the 4th. Sun Bo-yu had the power, but not the finesse with the touch. We'll get a try from deep range and another miss. And right now, the 4th quarter is kind of the Byron Mullins' show.
Yeah, he's been working hard, and you know, both sides of the court, he's just been consistent for these Kings, and they've gotten help from other places as well, that's for sure. Joseph Lin having a big 3-point night. Amigo had his stretch in the 3rd quarter, and they've just been a little bit too overwhelming here in the 2nd half.
The Lioneers were pretty close against the Pilots down the stretch, but with about 6 minutes to go, the Pilots really created a lot of distance. And in the 3rd quarter, toward the end, and of course leading the Zhuinghao 3, he had a lot of momentum on their side. But as soon as they kind of figured out how to defend Kenny Manigault and Quincy Davis, they really had no answers for Byron Mullins' help defense.
Yeah, you're right. Just Lioneers had their moments and have had some big plays and made some runs to keep it interesting for most part. But you got to be able to close out games, especially in the 4th quarter. That execution just hasn't quite been there for them.
And you talk about stretching the floor. Zhuinghao, of course, is one of their best 3-point shooters, but after him, it's Oscar at 32%. Tariqo White's a 31% 3-point shooter on the season, but on the game, he's only 1 for 7, so stretching the floor has been a problem periodically for the Lioneers in the last 3 seasons. So out of the timeout, it's going to be Song Yu-shin who's checking in for the first time, number 5. And for the Kings, it'll be the same 5 that went to the bench. Zhuinghao, easy attack to the basket, and he beats Amigo, who had to wave to the bench an apology. Joseph Lin with the, he calls it sky blue sneakers, and Oscar with the fiery orange sneakers. They have a little word there on the foul. There you see Zhuinghao. Scoring layups is something he's capable of doing. I just hope for his sake that he also can land safely. His wrist injury coming on a hard fall early in the season, and the Lioneers could really use him. Might be great if he can develop something in the mid-range, as there's a bad miss by Joe Lin.
That will work. Lioneers, you definitely don't want to give up with 3 minutes left. It still is time to go for a run, but you got to take care of the ball. So the Kings get another steal. And we'll go back to the free throw line. And you know, Lioneers don't have to just shoot 3-point shots or anything like that yet, but they got to take care of it, and they need a string of stops. They can't really afford to give up any more baskets.
That's definitely a case in last year's head-to-head, especially early goings here in Hsinchu. On the game, 31 free throw attempts by the Kings, with more coming up. Lioneers 26 as Iboka heads to the bench, having fouled out of the game. Definitely get a sense that he really knows what his assignment is out there on the floor, and also showing off some of those fancy jump shooting skills that he can demonstrate on the floor. A near turnover as Zhu Yinghao is fouled first. Kyle with 4 personal foul. Definitely felt like in other games when he came off the bench, he was able to catch his rhythm, but in this game, kind of having a hard time the way the Lioneers pressure him off the ball. Zhu Yinghao keeps on adding to his point totals tonight.
It's one of the things the Lioneers do have, though. They're deep in terms of just athletic wing, small forward positions, and what they can offer on defense. You know, that's one of their strengths. That's how they've forced several of their turnovers today. That's something going for them, but they're going to have to figure out how to score a little bit easier. Tonight, sitting at 79 points with 2 minutes left. It's just not enough offensive firepower at the moment to win a lot of the games they'd like to win.
They foul again this time, but Lee Kai-in able to spin in the reverse layup. So they'll add to their lead on the game. See the back door played too tightly by Li Qiming. So having a 5 p.m. tip tomorrow, looks like the Lioneers already subbed out. Martino already subbed out Turika White. Oscar's also on the bench. All the Kings bring in number 4, Li Weiting, who's also from Sishin University and classmates with Iboka. Kings settling into this 2-3 zone. Evan in the middle getting the push shot on Mullins.
Former captain showing us what he can do. Nice little shot fake using the strength. Lefty using the right hand to get over the long stretched arms of Mullins.
Active hands by the Lioneers, and they eventually are called. No, it's Byron Mullins called for the foul. Kind of unlucky there. A loose ball foul, and Coach Marchand will empty his bench as Omar Niang will join Yang Xingzi in the front court. Originally, the Kings had a lot more players from nearby to Sishin Zhenzi University. Only a 5-minute cab ride away, so those two programs competing for the top title at the collegiate level probably also scrimmage each other a lot. Seniority winning out there, Yang Xingzi with another board, his first of the night.
Still meaningful minutes for these young players wanting to continue to show their coach what they can do and gain confidence out here in the big league.
Li Weiting misses the right-handed scoop. And Omar, look what I found. 2 points to get the Kings up to 97 points tonight. Oh, 99. Producer, don't fall asleep on us. Evan with a much tougher spinning push shot. He's had a lot of these games where you might have a 4 or 5 minute stretch where he scores a lot and you think maybe he's built up enough confidence to last him the whole season, but it's not really been the case in the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, consistency is a hard thing to have in basketball, and you just got to continue to put in hours and hours of work in the gym if you want to be a consistent player. We definitely know Evans has the ability to score inside, outside, and offer a lot to this team. He just needs a little bit more.
Well, Zembori lays it in, and the youngsters don't want to quit playing. There's another foul out there. Nice finish by number 7. But looks like the free throw bug has kind of affected a lot of Lioneers tonight. Wei Ting. Probably a little more performance than practical dribbling. Gets it out, and JJ trying to finish his night off nice. Will miss the mark. As the circus show will conclude in 1 and 0 seconds. It's the new Taipei Kings who will now move on to 12 and 3 on the season, defeating the Lioneers for the second time this season. Lioneers did play tough in the first half and made it interesting down the stretch. But they seem to have not be able to really convert when the Kings stopped turning it over and got over their turnover woes in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, the Lioneers only scoring 39 points in the second half. It's third quarter, they still were in it, but that offensive drought happened and Kings were able to just grab full control of this game.
So post-game, we have Joseph Lin getting ready on the headset. The leading scorer for the Lioneers was Tariko White with 16. But on the other side for the Kings, they had 4 scoring double digits, but their top end was Mullins with 23 and Joseph Lin with 22. So we'll see what kind of variations they put on tomorrow's edition of Cute Power Theme Weekend. I have a little bit of few moments left before that interview gets going, but the Lioneers now will have to face off against the Braves, who have already had good experience in defeating here, but lost the last matchup in Heping Gymnasium, and that wasn't all that close of a contest. But we're just about ready as Joseph Lin donning the headset. And Jia will be asking the questions.
还有没有小朋友没拿到小礼物的？好，小朋友都没有放弃了，大人怎么可以放弃？对呀，我冲进来想打你们的。来哦，世界先进后哦，来，世界先进哦。
101.85 is the final score. We have to offer our apologies for the Plus League website having 2 extra points on the board. We have to get that corrected. But the final team totals there on screen, where I think the biggest key, you mentioned it almost all game, is the 61-45 rebounds advantage by the Kings in this one. Joseph Lin provided that early lead and early cushion with the 3-point shooting from outside. He was really the only bright spot in that way for the entire game between both teams. But Fire Mullins and the rest of the team consolidated those defensive rebounds.
Yeah, the Kings had several guys step up and lead their team for several stretches, and that depth and those variety of weapons was just what the Lioneers were lacking. And the rebounds were a big part. And you got to have a short memory, though. Game coming up tomorrow, so Lioneers, you got to get back to winning ways.
Tomorrow at 2:30 in the afternoon at Kaohsiung Fengshan Stadium, the Dreamers against Steelers. And at 5 p.m. here at Hsinchu County Stadium, it's the Braves Lioneers. Don't forget, fans, submit your receipts with the Plus League line account on Plus League purchases for your chance to win tickets to the Slam Dunk movie viewing with us at the Plus League office. So on behalf of Aaron and Taipei, 6 teams in the league and league operations, Kirk, good broadcast. We'll see you in the next one.
Thank you, Ryan. We'll be back.